Hi, welcome to Auntie Nat's Crochet. Today I'm gonna crochet a headband with deer horns and ears for Christmas. So I got this steel headband. This is for any size, any head, children or adult, because it's flexible. And you just grab hold of some yarns, any color that you prefer. Then I'm using a 3mm hook this time round. Okay, now actually you can use just about any yarn you can get, any yarn you think is suitable for your headband. You can use any hook, 3mm, 3.5, 4, and now we are crocheting something where we can cover this steel headband, okay, to cover the whole thing. So we're gonna start by making a magic ring. And you do 5 single crochet into the ring. Okay, once you have 5 single crochet, seal it tight, and we're gonna continue make 5 single crochet all around until you get the length where you can cover the whole headband. I will hide this tail behind so that when I push in this tail will not like occupy the space here. So I'm gonna do single crochet all around. So normally I'll add a marker just in case I might do extra or less. So here with a marker I will know every row I do have 5 single crochet. After the 5 single crochet, you do not slip stitch, you just continue. Let me fold it inside out first. So it's gonna be like this. So I'm gonna continue. Single crochet all around. Because sometimes if I do not add a marker, I might miss out 1 or 2 here, and instead of 5 I might have 6 or 4, and the whole thing will not be consistent, the thickness will not be consistent. So you just continue and I come back to you once I get to the length that I want, and I'll show you how it will look like. Okay, this is how it's gonna look like. I didn't really count how many rows I made. So long, I measure that I can cover this steel headband. Okay, so if you use a marker, I make sure every row I have 5 stitches. I didn't miss any, so that's why it comes out, you see, it's consistent. But as for the deer horn, it'll be the same way, but I'm not going to use a marker, and I'm going to reduce some of it, meaning that it will be crooked, because the deer horn is not supposed to be so round and consistent, right? It should be kind of crooked. So you, as like when you're doing for the deer horn, the same way, you skip some, and you increase some, and then sometimes you increase, sometimes you decrease, and sometimes you skip. Not exactly do a 2 together, you just skip 1 and you get smaller. So your deer horn will be kind of bit of crooked instead of round like this. So this one it's done. So now I'm gonna really put it in to see if it really fits, or do I need to make one more round also. Okay. Okay, I can feel the steel here, it's got stuck. Okay, make sure you push it to the very far end. Make sure you push it to the very far end. And here, and bring it down. Oh, okay, I did too much. Okay. So here, you make sure you feel the steel here. Okay, too much is good. It's better than not enough, right? Okay, let me feel it first. Okay, it should be around here. Here, see? So here, maybe I'll do one more or two more. And then I'm gonna cut it and use a needle to sew it, seal it. So by sewing with a needle. So here I want to make one more row of single crochet. Oops. Okay. Even though it shows a bit here, it's okay. It doesn't matter because once you put it in your hair. Okay. So this is it. Wait, I think I need a little bit more. I overshot just now. I think I pull out too much. Okay, you just feel it and see whether if it's too much or just nice. I think I need one more row. Let me do one more. Okay, so showing a bit here. Okay, I guess that's it. So I'm gonna cut the yarn. Okay, it's gonna look like this. So here it came out a bit. So just put it back in. Okay, see, it's just nice. So here, use a needle and seal it shut. You can either use a needle or you can be like just now. What I did is just single crochet again and again until it's sealed. seal. You can still see a bit of it. It's okay because it's at the bottom here. Or maybe you can make more, crochet more if you want. And the balance yarn, you just hide it inside. So long it's sealed, it doesn't really matter how you seal it. It's not so visible. Okay, so you're gonna look like this, and the balance, you just hide it inside. Just hide it along anywhere, because later on you can make tiny stuff to sew it here. Maybe ears or presents or Christmas tree or flowers. So for Christmas sake, I'm gonna make 2 ears and the deer horn, 2 deer horn. Okay, if this one you do not want to hide anymore, you can just use the scissors to cut it off, but normally I do not want to cut it off. I just hide everything inside. Just like the amigurumi. Just hide it inside. You can actually just push it inside, because later when you sew the ears and all, the ears and the whatever decoration you wanted to put here, you will still hide it inside. So this is how it looked like. A headband with a steel, or you can call it a wire inside. Okay, now to make the ear, I'm gonna chain 6. Okay, make a knot. So from this knot, you chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the first one from the hook, and the second one, we go to the second one from the hook. You do a single crochet. The next one, we're gonna do a half double crochet, means you're gonna yarn over. You can put through all 3. Then the third one, we're gonna do a double crochet, means we yarn over 2, yarn over 2. Then now the next one, we're gonna do a half double crochet and a single crochet on the last one. So from here, we're gonna chain 2, and we're gonna go back again this way. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna do a single crochet. I'm gonna hide this tail here. After you do a single crochet, it's gonna be a half double crochet. You yarn over, half double crochet, yarn over, and we're gonna do a double crochet, then we're gonna do a half double crochet, and we're gonna do a single crochet on the last part here, and that's it. You will have a tiny ear. Okay, so you're gonna pull this, not too long. This is the inner part of the ear, that's why I'm using a lighter color. I'm gonna tie a knot on these two ends. Okay, I'm gonna hide everything inside. So you're gonna make one more exactly the same in a darker color yarn. So this is the front and this is the back. Okay, so the back is with the back. I'm gonna hide this inside here. I'm gonna place it like this, and I'm gonna do single crochet all around with this darker color yarn. That's how I join the two parts. Okay, gonna join these two parts here with a single crochet all around on the edge. So whatever tail from the yarn, hide it inside. Make sure it goes inside well. Oh, I think I missed one of it. Yeah, I think I missed one. It should be this one. Okay, now that looks about right. So we just single crochet on the edge. Make sure you join both ears, the front and the back. So the ear will look like this. Make sure you hide the tail from both if you have. Hide it inside nicely and just crochet around it. There we have an ear, and here we can actually bend it a bit before we sew it on here. So that is one ear. So now I have to make one more for over this side. Okay, I've made two of the ears, and as for the horn, I've made it crooked. You start off with a magic ring, single crochet, 5 single crochet in a magic ring. But as when I go along, I did not add any marker, and I didn't really count how many stitches. It's just that as that when I go along, some of it I just skip one stitch. So by right you should have 5 single crochet, then it become 4, and some have 5, some have 4, 4 become 3, so it's kind of like crooked. And you make a smaller one too. This is also started with 5 single crochet in a magic ring, and I narrow it down to 3, then to 2, and then to 4 again, so it will turn out crooked. So once you have a small one and a big one, I prefer it to look crooked like this. So here you leave a long tail, so this one just about anywhere you like. So you just take a look at the horn and see whether you want it to face inwards or outwards. You can face this way with the ear here, or you can face it this way with the ear here. So for the horn, just show you one of it. Make a magic ring. So inside the magic ring, I'm gonna make 5 single crochet. So after 5 single crochet, because 4, you can actually make 4. 4 I find it to be a bit difficult to crochet, it's kind of narrow. You can maybe use a smaller hook and a finer yarn. So the first round I would just do single crochet all around, so I didn't skip anything. I should get 5. By the time on the 3rd row or the 4th row, I will skip some. It's like here, it should be here. This is my next single crochet, and by right this is the next. And just skip this and go to the next, which is not easy because it's kind of tight. So here it will narrow. It will narrow down. Instead of doing a 2 together, we just skip this and go to the next. Oops, sorry. It's not easy. It's quite difficult to hold. And you just carry on and single crochet, and I did not count my stitches. I just go along until I measure and see how long do I want it to be. I mean, you can measure against the first one, and then you made some smaller ones and you measure and see how long do you want it to be. So the minute you do not use a marker and you just go along, it will grow crooked because sometimes we might miss a stitch, and I actually did purposely miss a stitch. So here, just now I already missed one stitch, so from 5 now I become 4. So this 4 single crochet in each row, and just continue for a while until it's a little bit longer, slightly longer, so that I can make it bend. Then I might skip another stitch. So there's no fixed rule here as to which row you should skip a stitch. just according to how you want your horn to look like. I think this way it look way better than you do it fixed like 5 single crochet in each row. That way you get a very perfect perfect cylinder shape. Should I call it cylinder shape? Can you see it's not really, it's not like this one where it was perfect. Here I did a bit of if you wanted to bend further here, because I have reduced the stitch, so it will kind of bend and it's kind of crooked. If you want it to bend a certain way, you can actually make a half double crochet and in one of the stitches and it will bend. So I don't intend to do that because this is already quite narrow. So I'll just single crochet all around until a certain length that I want, because I want mine to like curl inwards, and with a small horn here and an ear here. Okay, I'll come back to you once I've had this done and see how it will look like. Okay, I've attached one part of it, so now I'm gonna attach the other side. Okay, I'll make sure this bend. You have to make it long enough so that it will bend. I will sew this one first. I think it should be around here. It should be around here, and make sure it bends this way. I mean, depend. If yours is bent outwards, then you make sure both sides bend outwards. Since this one is of a different color, so you have to make sure you do not sew too much. You do not use up too much of the space here, so that the color will not show so much on another part, only in this area. Oops, it's a bit tight. Okay, once you have it sewed on tightly, then you can shape it around. And as for now, just concentrate on making it fix to this part. You can even sew it all the way up here, it's okay. So long it holds, make sure it holds, it does not move about. Make sure you sew some onto the left side, some onto the right. Make sure it holds nicely. You can make as much stitches as you wish, so long it does not drop off. So here, I'm gonna bend this way. There's no wire inside here. I just, when I crochet, I make sure it's kind of crooked. You go through some of those yarn from the bottom and go through right up here. And you kind of hold it, and after you have fixed it, then you bend it towards the plate, the side that you want. Yes, for the balanced yarn, I will just hide it inside because this is the only dark color. Here it's of another color, so just hide it inside here. Once you hide most of it, you can cut it away. Once I have this, I know how it bends, which way, how nicely it bends. Then only I add the smaller part of the horn. Okay, you can add it somewhere here. This one you have to really make sure a few more stitches so that it won't drop off. Since it's of the same color, you can just poke it through all the way. You can shape it around later on. And you can hide the balanced yarn inside here. Oops. You just make sure it will not fall off. Very sure it's tight, and you can start to hide this yarn all around it. Just hide it around before you cut, so it's safer this way. Now for the ear, just make sure it's at the right place, not the other way around. Since this is the same color as this, you can just sew it anyway. You have to sew a few times around to make sure it's really fastened. Is it too near? I think it's not. Because there's a steel here, it's not easy to mark it with a safety pin. Go through the bottom here and fasten it. And just make sure it does not move so much and it won't come off. So a bit more here. In case something like this, no, put it back. I think it's fastened now. I don't think it will come out. Okay, maybe one more stitch just in case. And then I can hide my stitches inside here. Oops, sorry. Hide it around. I feel more secure if I hide more of it here before I cut. Because there's no way I can tie a knot, so this is the best way to have it secure. Okay, since I've hid most of it, and that's it. Oops, yes, this, you can bend it around. Okay, so here's my reindeer headband. I hope you like it. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in my next post.